Hi, I'm Helen Wagstaff, Autism Coordinator with Christchurch Hospital. We've been making a few videos to help families with autistic children, and I've approached a number of agencies and they've been really supportive in what we're doing. So today I'm joined with Tracy and Rachel from the Ministry of Education, and Kim, who you will have met before, parent, and she's going to ask some questions, and I'll leave you guys to introduce yourselves. Thanks for coming along.
I'm Kim. I have two young people on the spectrum, a 20-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old son.
Kia ora, kōrua. I'm Tracy Rohan and I work for the Ministry of Education here in the Christchurch office, and I'm the Principal Advisor for Learning Support.
Oh, good morning. My name is Rachel Vink. I also work for the Ministry of Education. My role is the Chief Advisor for Learning Support for the Deputy Secretary for Te Tairanga, which covers all of Wellington and the whole of the South Island. Really nice to be with you today.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming. I'll let you get started, Kim.
Right. What is the Ministry of Education's advice when parents suspect that their child might be neurodiverse?
Right. Well, I think families know their children the best. And when, as a family, you're starting to observe things that are just making you wonder about your child's learning and their development, in the first instance, I think it's always a good idea to just talk to people that you trust, and that might be a health practitioner, it might be kaiko in an early learning setting, it might be kaumatua, it might be a wise family member. Just have those initial conversations, and also feel absolutely free to call the local ministry office. You can call and ask to speak to the service manager for your area where you live.
Yep.
And the service manager will help you to understand the supports that are available for children throughout their education journey. So they will talk about the services that we provide, services that our resource teachers of learning and behaviour provide, and hopefully in that conversation provide a level of reassurance that nobody's on their own. We're there to help, and we're never the wrong door. So, please reach out to us. Another important role that the service manager has is to just help all of our education settings to be ready to welcome and include diverse learners. Because that's what our community is. So, that's a big piece of our ongoing work to help those settings. But definitely we're there for families when you're starting to think about what's going to happen next for your child.
When you suspect your child is possibly neurodiverse, will the school support them without a diagnosis, or whilst an assessment is being made?
They absolutely will provide that support. So our services and education in any setting is not at all dependent on a diagnosis.
Good.
So for our services, our focus is on understanding a child's strengths and their particular needs, and making a plan so that that child can be successful in whatever setting the family is choosing to send them to. So there absolutely isn't a need for a diagnosis. A diagnosis can provide information, that's an important piece of a puzzle, but there are other rich sources of information about a child, and so our planning is informed by a whole range of different assessments and information gathering, and a diagnosis is not central to that piece of work.
Okay.
Sometimes I find that some parents don't find that the case, and that schools are quite insistent on a diagnosis, and that the diagnosis is what's important before their child will get support.
So I think that whenever there's a situation where a family is not sure about what a school is asking and why they are asking that, you know, we are here to help facilitate that conversation with the school, because sometimes that's just about a misunderstanding of what is needed and what is required. The school will be wanting to put their best foot forward in terms of creating an environment where a child is going to be safe and successful at school, but we're here to help with facilitating a conversation about what people need to know in order to start building a really good plan of support for that child.